EATEL Game of the Week on REV TV from the Gold Dome. It's Santa Maria versus East Ascension. I'm Jeff Porsche, and Coach Swack will be joining us in just a moment. We're going to have Hall of Fame inductions in just a moment, but we'll take a short break, and then we'll get to those ceremonies. We'll take a break right now. You're watching the Game of the Week on REV TV.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales, like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at RossDowningHammond.com, RossDowningGonzales.com.
Those honors include names familiar to anyone who has followed Gator sports over the years. Inductees are outstanding athletes, coaches, and contributors from across the spectrum of sports in the history of Santa Maria. Honorees in the 2020 and 21 Hall of Fame induction classes have made tremendous impact on the community and athletic department of Santa Maria. The inductees are Paul Iggy Alexander, represented by his family. Legacy inductee Paul Iggy Alexander played under Bobby Joe Jennings, where he enjoyed several successful years as a standout defensive tackle and offensive guard. In Alexander's junior year, he helped the Wildcats reach the state championship game. He was a multiple-year all-district performer. He went on to have a successful coaching career in high school and in college at Nicholls State University. Mr. Paul Iggy Alexander. Not present today, the next inductee is Reed Brignac. Named Mr. Santa Maria in 2014, Reed Brignac was a two-sport standout, excelling in football and baseball. He garnered all-district in both football in 2002 and 2003, and in baseball in 2002 to 2004. He was also named All-Metro and All-State in both sports. He earned All-Metro honors in 2002 and 2003 in football, and 2003 and 2004 in baseball. Additionally, Reed was named All-State in 2003 for his efforts on the gridiron, and in 2004 for his play on the diamond. Brignac was drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays in the second round, 45th overall in the 2004 Major League Baseball draft. All told, he played professionally for 15 seasons. Mr. Reed Brignac. Next inductee, Kelly Eubanks. At Santa Maria, Kelly Eubanks helped lead the Lady Gators to 4 straight LHSAA state championships 2002 to 2005. Eubanks was a first-team All-District and All-State selection in 2004 and in 2005. Additionally, she was named the 5A LSWA Outstanding Player and MVP, the Advocate Star of Stars, Foreign Bureau Miss Softball, Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year. Kelly represented the Gators in the LHSAA All-Star Game after the 2005 season. Kelly was also a state qualifier in golf. After high school, Eubanks was a 3-year starter at shortstop for Alabama and was part of the teams that had successful runs in the Women's College World Series in 2008 and 2009. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kelly Eubanks. Melissa Gary Harrington. Despite missing her junior year 2002 and 2004 in the sport of soccer, earned 3 varsity letters, was 3 times named All-District, All-Metro, and All-State, including District MVP honors for all 3 years, and State MVP honors in 2004. She was the Louisiana Soccer Gatorade Player of the Year and was named Baton Rouge Advocate Star of Stars after the 2004 season. She also participated in volleyball, earning 3 varsity letters, 2000, 2001, and 2003, and was a member of the All-District teams after the 2001 and 2003 season. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Melissa Gary Harrington. Not present today, but we celebrate Mr. Greg Perkins. After starting to play basketball in the 8th grade, skywalking, Greg Perkins was considered by most college coaches the best guard prospect of the 1981-1982 season in 4A basketball. During Greg's final year at Santa Maria, he maintained an average of 21.3 points a game. Greg shot 83% from the free throw line and 55% from the field. Chosen as the most valuable player in 6-4A, Greg also averaged 7.1 rebounds and 4.2 assists per game and finished the season with 92 steals. He was a unanimous selection of the Louisiana Sports Writers 4A All-State basketball team and was named Mr. Louisiana Basketball Player of the Year, participated in the LHSAA All-Star Game in Lafayette. Mr. Greg Perkins. Andy Sheets. At Santa Maria, Andy excelled in the sport of baseball. He lettered in 1988 and 1989, earning all-district honors both years and garnering district most valuable player. An All-State honoree in 1989, he was selected to play in the LHSAA All-Star Game, where he was named most valuable player. As a senior, he hit .560 with 10 home runs and 47 runs batted in. And he was also a participant in the 1988 and 89 American Legion World Series. A member of the 1991 National Champion LSU team, and he was selected in the 4th round of 1992 Major League Draft by the Seattle Mariners. Mr. Andy Sheets. Ladario Smiley. As a senior at Santa Maria, Ladario Smiley averaged 28 points and 13 rebounds a game, earning all-state recognition for the 2nd consecutive year, 1995 and 1996. Ladario also earned all-district 1994 to 1996. All-Metro accolades in 1995 and 1996, and was twice named the most valuable player in our district. He represented the Gators in the 1996 LHSAA All-Star Game, earning MVP honors. He was named Mr. Louisiana Basketball for his efforts in the 1996 season. Mr. Dario Smiley. In addition to being a 3-time LHSAA All-State performer between 1996 and 1998, she was named the district most valuable player at the 1998 season. With a career batting average of .402 and fielding .915, she was selected to represent the Gators in the LHSCA All-Star Game. In 2007, her number 14 was retired by Santa. Miss Elena Addison. Not present today, but I'd like to honor Mr. Glenn Bourgeois, a 3-sports standout here in 7 varsity letters in the sports of football, 2 in basketball, 2 in track and field, 2 in football, 2 in basketball, 3 in track and field. He was twice named All-District in football and earned All-District recognition 3 times in track and field. He earned that award for his performance in the 440-yard relay and the mile relay. In 1966, he finished second place in the triple jump and was the district and LHSAA state champion in the long jump. Mr. Glenn Bourgeois. Mr. Clark Lambert. Clark worked at Santa High for 36 years before retiring in 2014. He had an amazing stretch of 35 years of perfect attendance. After retirement, he continued to drive the bus for Gator athletic teams and support groups. In total, he drove sport teams and support personnel for 40 years. Clark lined the field at the pit for 32 years, accomplishing the task by himself the large majority of the time. In addition, Clark ran the scoreboard and clocks at home football and softball contests for 32 years. Mr. Clark Lambert. Coach Bob Lemon. At Sandoval, Coach Lemon held a variety of coaching positions, where he was the head baseball coach from 1993 to 2012. He also served as the assistant athletic director, head cross-country coach, and was an assistant basketball coach. He led the Gator baseball team to 4 LHSAA state championships, 1993, 94, 95, and 2004, a runner-up finish in 2001, and 2 trips to the semifinals in 1996 and 2007. Overall, his teams reached the playoffs 14 times in 20 years, with 5 district championships, and qualified for the LHSAA state tournament 8 times. Coach Bob Lemon. Mr. Joseph Lewis. Joseph Lewis graduated from Sandoval in 1986, serving as the senior class president. He was named Mr. Sandoval and served as team captain of the football and baseball teams during his tenure here. He earned 5 varsity letters at Sandoval in football, 3 in football and 2 in baseball. After both the 1985 and 1986 baseball seasons, Joseph was named first team All-District and first team LHSAA All-State. As a junior, he batted .457 and hit .421 the next season. He was drafted in the 3rd round of the 1986 Major League Baseball draft by the San Diego Padres. Every inductee, Mr. Joseph Lewis. Every inductee from the 2020 and 2021 classes have made a tremendous contribution to the Sandoval community. They've inspired people by their play, improved Sandoval's teams and support systems, and guided young people as coaches. Their accomplishments will never be forgotten and are forever enshrined in the Sandoval Athletic Hall of Fame. Please join me in one final time recognizing the 2021 Sandoval Hall of Fame class.
So that will conclude the pre-game Hall of Fame ceremony for Sandoval High School. And it's a large class, but as they said, it's because they're inducting the 2020 class along with the 2021 class because they were unable to do that last year. And I'm joined by Coach Swack here, and I'm going to give him an opportunity to give him a few words. Since a lot of these are your former players, your former colleagues, your former classmates, or things like that. So I'll give you a minute.
Thank you. I'm going to just tell you, Coach Oliver did a great job The group that he put together to select the people over the last couple of years was outstanding. His efforts were totally outstanding. When I went to the thing last night, Jeff, I was very well moved. It lasted hours, but I never seemed to lose a train of thought because, it is something how good sports has been at Santa Monica High School.
Yeah.
And, we've won some championships in some of the sports, but we have had a number of very outstanding athletes come through this school and some very outstanding teams and coaches. And I'm going to tell you, it was good. Everybody was there last night. It was outstanding just to talk to them, see what they're doing, what's going on. And I'm going to just tell you, if you listen to their talk, which basically they did an interview that was taped earlier, and it is very rewarding that you hear them say over and over and over, it's great to be an athlete, a student at Santa Monica High School, and this means a great deal to them because a lot of them, I'm sure, are getting a lot of recognition and they're successful in a lot of endeavors. So it was a great night last night, and I'm going to tell you, you could tell a lot of the people, you had some that came from a little bit of distance and stuff like that. Big time right there, and it's something that I know I'll never forget. I just enjoy being around them and getting to talk to them and see them again.
That's great, and it's not just people that are known in the Ascension Parish area. These are people that are known nationwide because of their contributions outside of Ascension Parish. So it's a great class, and we're going to take a break before we get to the starting lineups. So we'll break right now. East Ascension versus Santa Monica coming up. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week on REV TV.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. Like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at RossDowningHammond.com. RossDowningGonzales.com.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
If you believe in me, I'll be the first one in our family to graduate college.
I'll be the one to change our history of diabetes.
I'll live a healthy life.
If you believe in me,
I'll know my worth is more than face value. I'll be stronger than a weak heart. I'll know 68 pounds carries weight in this world.
If you believe in me,
I'll believe in myself.
Belief in our children can change their future. Our Lady of the Lake Children's Health.
The Title Law Firm has been fighting for our clients to get their best recovery for over 20 years. And now that tradition will continue to the next generation.
Hi, I'm Rick Tata, the newest member of the Title Law Firm.
We understand that it can be frustrating dealing with your claim.
So we're here to help you get what you deserve. If you're seriously injured in an accident, call the Title Law Firm today.
We're not just a face on an ad.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
We're back at the Gold Dome EATEL Game of the Week on REV TV. East Ascension and Sanamaw. I'm Jeff Borsch, he's Coach Swack, and this is game 2 this season between these two teams. They played in the Spartan Classic Finals. East Ascension won that one. They're going to play a non-district game tonight. Then they're going to play a third game that will count in the district standings. When you look at the coaches, Darnell Lee took over this team after the Spartan Classic, and he's done well so far. And he's 4-1, and they won Tuesday night in the game of the week over Dutchtown. And so they're on a roll right now. And then Sanamaw, they're always up there. They're 12-8 on the season. Talk about Coach Uzzi a little bit.
Well, Coach Travis Uzzi, you can see in his 9th year, 167 and 106 record. And look, this is pretty impressive. That little pose right there is pretty nice too. But 5-0, 5 straight season, 20-plus wins. That's impressive. I think any basketball coach would consider you being successful. You're in 9th year as the Gators head coach. Moving on with a pretty good year. This is going to be a big game tonight. Of course, it's always a big game, Sanamaw and East Ascension, all the way down to Checkers, I guess. But I'm going to tell you, I think the basketball coaches, Jeff, saw where Catholic lost by 20 the other night to Liberty, and I think they're thinking, hey, we might have a chance here.
Right.
And so this is going to be a big game right here. Not for the district, as you said, but it's going to be a big game to just see where do I stand in our district, because every week, maybe not McKinley, we've talked at length about, they're dropping down to 4A, but let's just see what happens. And as you can see, and I'm not really counting last year with the 12-8 deal, because that's with the virus and all the issues that we've had all over the country and the state. So it's going to be interesting to see just exactly what happens. And then my last thing, Jeff, is this. Big game. Boy, East Ascension fought. Dutchtown fought. Came down to a close score. Did that zap a little energy out of East Ascension coming into this game tonight?
Well, they did play well and had the big comeback win against Dutchtown on Tuesday night. They're unbeaten so far in Ascension Parish play. They're 3-0. They are 2-0. They've beaten 3-0. They've beaten Dutchtown twice. They've beaten Sanamaw one time. And you look at Darnell Lee, 4-1. Like I talked about, the train just keeps on rolling at East Ascension. They look like possibly the top team in the parish. Although Sanamaw, we saw them against Scotlandville. They're a great team too. And Dutchtown looks pretty good as well. And so it should be competitive here in Ascension Parish as we head into district play a few weeks away. We're going to turn to the starting lineups right now. And so let's look at East Ascension, and I'll give their starters. Tonight, a little bit of a change. Jaquel Mack not in the starting lineup tonight. You're going to see Ja'Cory Mitchell, Troy Dunn, Darius Walker, Keith Thomas. He had an amazing night. He had an amazing third quarter against Dutchtown. We'll talk about that a lot probably. And then Irvin will round that out. And Coach Swack will give the Sanamaw lineup.
Well, for the Sanamaw Gators, you got Green and Esther and Crockett. Crockett's your outside shooter. Trace Forbes can hurt you in a lot of different directions. And Kruger's a guy that you're going to probably put on your better offensive players, let him play a little defense, and then he can move the ball around all over the floor. But you'll see Coach Uzzi using probably up to about 8 or 9 players in his lineup.
And you've already seen East Ascension on Tuesday night, and you can see that they have a big physical lineup. The thing that Dutchtown couldn't do was match up with that. Santa Maria has a better advantage with that as they're going to get to the starting lineup. So let's listen to that. We'll get to the national anthem first. National anthem. Big crowd tonight here at the Gold Dome, and you see the student section over there in their orange. Santa Maria is not going to wear their orange uniforms. They don't have those in basketball. They're going to be in their all whites tonight.
National anthem. I'm going to tell you what, Jeff. I can't even sing close to that.
Nope.
Very impressive.
And
the good thing I like about it, she sang very confident. Got the starting lineups for East Ascension.
Walker. At guard, number 5, Keith Thomas. At guard, number 10, Elias Irvin. The Spartans are coached by Darnell Lee.
Well, Darnell Lee moving from the football field to the basketball court.
Pretty seamless so far, too. Here comes the Santa Maria starting lineup.
At guard, number 0, a senior, Kobe Green. At guard, number 4, a junior,
So the rivalry about to resume. EA and Santa Maria. Santa Maria ready in their whites. And I love these old classic East Ascension jerseys, the same ones we saw out at Dutchtown the other night. And so we're just about ready.
Well, that's EA's colors right there. And basically, you can't hardly beat that color right there, that combination, that blue and gold.
Right. But sometimes they always have those alternate blacks and grays and everything. I just like those traditional colors you got right there. So we're ready. And it's going to be Esther versus Troy Dunn for the jump. And it's saved by Kurger. And here comes the Gators.
Right off the bat, East Ascension man-to-man.
Here's Green.
Gators come out moving that ball around.
Over to Forbes, now down low. Gets his own rebound, scores.
Nice defensive move right there, but Forbes able to get that rebound off the block shot and put it right back up.
Good perseverance. Trace Forbes, 2 points. Now here comes East Ascension driving down the baseline. Now kicks it out. They'll set up. Corey Mitchell drives the lane, up and in, and we're tied. 2-2, 45 seconds in, offensive setup. Kurger goes into the lane, he's tripped, and I believe that the foul's going to be on Keith Thomas. And so the first foul of the night goes against
a little tripping foul, nothing intentional or anything like that. Kruger all right, got off the floor.
And here is Esther.
And boy, this is man-to-man right there, and you see a lot of driving to the goal and dishing it off.
Crockett kicked it out to Esther, but he misses the three. Rebound, East Ascension. And here's Thomas, and he kicks it back out to the perimeter, and they set up. Here's Mitchell. Now Troy Dunn.
You know, the Gators line up in a little man-to-man defense also. Let's just see what happens here. Nice little pass underneath.
But Darius Walker with the 2 points.
And Mitchell right there with a nice little dish underneath for the easy layup.
They love those points in the paint. 4-2, and bad pass from Kruger. And it's a turnover.
You know, he basically, you know, the guy should have moved up once he stopped dribbling right there to avoid that long cross-court pass, and just was not there.
Just for clarification, Braden Kruger is the name. Coach loves to call him Kruger, had him at Galvez. Now the pass down low to Dunn, and the fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebound Forbes.
There's the Gators on a little fast break right here.
And the pass down low, and the layup, no good. Rebound, no good. That was Forbes. Goes out to Crockett. He shoots. Scores.
You got 3 shots at the goal right there, and Crockett a little running jumper from about 13 feet.
4-4, 5:47 in the first. Love the atmosphere out here tonight. Here's Keith Thomas.
A lot of kids, a lot of adults.
Irvin with the 3.
And Irvin says, I'm going to step back from this thing in just a little bit, but I don't want to get out of bounds. And nice little jumper there by Irvin.
7-4, East Ascension. They won both the early games, the freshman and the JV games. And a little nice pass down low to Forbes, and he gets it out to Green, and he lays it in.
Oh, nice little drive right there. Green says, I got some money to show you right here.
He's got some green, that's for sure. And Darius Walker kicks it out. Thomas fakes the 3. Now here's another 3. Troy Dunn, no good. Rebound, Green.
And Green couldn't find anybody to get out there, but Kruger says, I'll take it up the floor.
Oh, and that's a charge. Definitely set. That was Troy Dunn, I believe.
Krug tried to get away with that little crossover right at the end, but he was a little bit too close in making the contact there.
So we're even on the fouls, 1 apiece, 4:41 left to go. 7-6 our score. And Darius Walker, now Irvin. Gets it over to Thomas on the baseline. Sets up Mitchell. Down low, and the jumper blocked by Esther.
Esther says, not in the lane of the Gold Dome. You're not going to shoot that shot.
Yep. Walker's got it again. Now Thomas.
Santa Monica, a little zone defense here.
This Tychus Irvin. Corey Mitchell, whoa. Kind of, that ball kind of got loose there for a second. And a three. Good. And that's Keith Thomas. That's Mr. Inside from the Dutchtown game. He's got an outside shot,
well,
too.
you know, a lot of man-to-man, so he's able to dribble through that press. And here, you know, we find in the outside opener for a three-pointer.
And here's an NBA plus three. It's good. And that is Latavian Crockett. It's 10-9.
And the Gator faithful got excited right there, and the cheerleaders are cheering for Crockett on the nice little three-pointer from about 25 feet.
And the drive block, and now here's Keith Thomas off the rim, no good. Rebound Crockett. And he'll do another NBA three, he misses. That place might have exploded if he made that. Keith Thomas drives, goes left, trying to avoid contact with Kurger, and gets the blocking foul on Kurger. That's his second. He may have to come out of here. May need a substitution shortly. 2 early fouls on Kurger.
Well, Kurger thought he was going to get the charge right there. Nice little move there by Thomas at the end.
Right. If he would have gone straight to the basket, it would definitely been a charge. But he made that little move. Nice body control, and he goes left and draws the block. And
Gray comes in. Gray comes in. Basically, he's the sixth man or a fifth man.
Yes. And it's good. 12-9. EA with the lead. And here's Gray. He'll set up at the point. Now Esther. For a big guy, he's got good ball control. And he goes into the lane, and he misses. And a rebound, and a fight for it, and it comes back to East Ascension. Esther with the pass down low, up and in. 12-11.
Nice job by Crockett to get him to it and get him in a position where he can make a play on the bucket.
And now the three from Mitchell, way long. That was a tough one, but here comes the rebound and the shot, and it's good, and the foul. Darius Walker will shoot one.
Dunn doesn't have to go outside of that line for a three-pointer. He's got the 2 and 1.
Walker shoots, it's good, and it's 15-11.
Well, full court press now, trying to get the Gators into maybe making a little passing error.
Forbes has it.
Forbes, for 6'5", man, does an outstanding job handling the ball.
He keeps it, gets it to Esther. Now Forbes will shoot the three. Good! 15-14.
Trace Forbes wanted that shot, and he got it right there to go.
Now Mitchell to Thomas. Left side, Irvin back to Thomas. Skip over to Troy Dunn. And the no-look pass, nearly stolen. Keith Thomas drives the lane, up and in, and a foul. Woo, he was off balance, put up the prayer and got it answered.
What a shot. You know, I'm not going to say there's not luck involved in this, but luck always counts on everything that you do in athletics. Boy, a nice little drive, and we didn't see anything a little out of control like that on Tuesday, but a nice job right there by Thomas, trying to make a three-point play with the free throw.
Foul called on Forbes. It's his fourth team foul, and a miss on the free throw, and Santa Maria has it. 1:35 left to go in the first. 17-14 EA, and a whistle and a turnover.
Stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Referee's right there. Picked that up.
So East Ascension with the three-point lead, but it's been a good competitive back-and-forth game. And now to Darius Walker, left side. Now back to Thomas. And a block.
Cannot pass through a zone all the time.
And Sandoval, they were thinking about it. That's Crockett. He made the long distance shot earlier, but didn't get the points there, and it's a rebound to EA. Now here's Thomas and Walker. Left baseline. Dunn gives it up.
Dunn hadn't been in the offensive picture a whole lot here in this first quarter, Jeff, and here we are under a minute to go.
No, Dunn and Mack. Mack's not starting tonight. Neither. They're big. They're big assets in their offense, but they're not using them much tonight. At least so far, 33 seconds. Pass inside. Now here's Dunn. Now he takes it outside. Pass down low. And a jumper from Thomas, no good, and it goes out of bounds to East Ascension.
A good job right there. Dunn almost got it to fall. Santa Maria doing a very good job in the zone defense.
They may play for the final shot here. 17. No, they don't. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Esther, taken by Thomas.
Thomas said, since I'm over here on the left side, I'll just use that left hand for that nice little layup right there.
Three, and a attempt, no good. Gets his rebound, and no shot. Buzzer sounds, 19-14. We'll take a break. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week on REV TV.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Ascension Equipment, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, Piku Builder Supplies, Ross Downing Chevrolet, Wash and Roll Express Car Wash, Austin Fire Systems, SKR Construction, Walk-Ons for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
Second quarter about to begin, 19-14 East Ascension. They're getting those points inside like they did against Touchdown, Swack.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, there's a factor that I refer to as athletic ability, quickness. I think East Ascension has a little bit of an edge.
Right.
I'm not real certain. You saw, some three-point shots made by Santa Maria. We saw that the other night at Dutchtown, except there was a lot of three-point shots. And then what happens when those things don't go in, East Ascension were able to make valuable use of driving that lane and shooting those easy little jumpers in there.
So we are with the same lineup that we saw at the end of the first quarter.
No 3-2 look. You cannot let.
And there's Troy Dunn, but a travel and a turnover.
You cannot let an offensive player drive the baseline. That changes all defensive strategies and philosophies.
And so here is Gray.
A lot of movement right here by the Gators versus the man-to-man defense.
Pass over to Green. He'll take the three, and it's long. And a rebound to Forbes, kicks it back out. And a steal.
See what Dunn,
he's going to slam it home.
Well, that's not bad for your quarterback, huh?
Absolutely. That's a touchdown spike right there. And Esther misses the layup, and EA's moving it. And they got the wide open three, and they pass it up. Now Irvin has it over to Keith Thomas.
Well, Mitchell says, I am not going to shoot from way out here, even though I'm standing way out here.
Oh, and a hot pass, trying to get it inside to Dunn, but it's a turnover. 21-14, EA with the lead.
Dunn did not quite have those hands up ready for that hot pass.
The EA side, we're sitting on the East Ascension fan side, and they're getting a little loud here. They're getting a little fired up at the 7-point
Green
lead.
Dribbling the ball down. See what the Coach Uzi has in store for this man-to-man defense.
So Esther down low to Forbes. It goes out of bounds off of Kalaitis Irvin. And so it's Santa Maria under the basket.
Well, this is what I like, man. If you well coach, you always have some very good inbounds plays. A lot of times for easy buckets.
Looking. Green throwing it in to Esther, and he's down low, and he misses, but a foul. Irvin fouls, and Esther will go to the line.
Well, Esther, I believe he had the wrong idea but the right idea. You know, he had the shot, big kid like he is, go up and shoot that layup on the right-handed side, probably going to get fouled. Once you maneuver to the left side, that gives the defense a little bit of time to make an adjustment.
So he'll shoot 2, and that's a second team foul against East Ascension. 4 on the Gator side, first free throw good. 21-15. Second free throw coming. Short. And Forbes with the rebound, gets it out to
Trace, a nice job right there getting in the lane.
We've seen Forbes with about 3 or 4 offensive rebounds. Now uncontested in the lane, and it goes in.
Crockett, I thought he was going to flush that thing down, but he did a nice job just laying it right over that rim.
21-17. Keith Thomas, Darius Walker now back to Thomas. So they set up their half-court offense. Mitchell back to Walker now inside to Dunn, shoots, and that's an easy one. 23-17.
Well, East Ascension doing a good job of being patient.
And Forbes draws the foul. I think that's going to be on Irvin. That'll be his second. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Irvin right here. There's going to be a 2-shot foul for Forbes.
And now we're going to see Jaquel Mack. Like we said, Mack and Irvin hadn't been part of the offense much tonight. This is going to be our first appearance from Mack in just a moment.
Well, you know, the matchup is what I would be concerned with, and not to think that Mack can't do this. He's been playing basketball for a number of years at East Ascension. But who are you going to put him on defensively, or are you going to go to a zone defense when he gets in the game?
And
we'll see.
Score now 23-19. Brandon Sproul has checked in for Sandoval. He replaces Green.
Sandoval continues to be in that zone front.
Long 3.
Forbes, nice job right there with the getting up for that rebound.
Forbes has to lead both sides in rebounds. And there's a layup missed by Sproul. Could have cut it to 2 right there. And a whistle, and Darnell Lee's going to call timeout. And so we'll keep it here. We're going to talk about the district records. You saw some of that on Tuesday night. Some of that's changed. Swack told you that Catholic High lost earlier this week to Liberty High. And so we look at those district records, and 12-5, East Ascension with their win against Dutchtown, 8-4. Santa Maria 12-8. Dutchtown dropped to 9-10 Tuesday night.
Jeff, you need to make a correction there.
Yeah.
They didn't lose to Liberty. That was a 20-point loss.
They got whooped.
I can tell you, Catholic has not had a 20-point loss in probably years. And Liberty is the real deal. After beating Scotlandville in the East Baton Rouge Parish Tournament, they are the real deal. And as you said, moving up with the big boys in East Baton Rouge Parish next year.
All right, they're going to go to 5A, and McKinley's going to go to 4A. And the Ascension Parish teams don't even have to worry about it, as Keith Thomas puts the jumper in, and a rebound to Forbes with a steal, and now a fight for it, and it's nearly stolen back. We have a whistle, and the foul's going to be called on Walker. That's going to be against East Ascension.
Still not a 1-on-1 situation.
No, 4-4.
Good job by Crockett, waiting back just a little bit, stealing that ball, and able to get a foul called against a Spartan here on the steal.
So 4-4 is the foul count. And nearly stolen by Walker, goes out of bounds off of Walker, trying to get it down low to Crockett.
I asked Coach Lee, I said, who is number 5? You know, this is how he refers to him. Not a point guard. Free safety, Coach. Free safety.
Yep. He's a two-sport star like a lot of these guys. You saw them during the football season. And that's one of the reasons they had such a size advantage. They got some big guys out there on the football field. Quarterbacks, tight ends, linebackers. And now here's Forbes.
East Ascension in the zone.
Now there's Gray over to Forbes.
That's a little scary, that little cross-court pass right there. Right. Crockett from the right side.
And the rebound and the layup missed again by Sproul. He's missed 2 point-blank layups. Got a feel for the guy.
Yeah. I mean, look, it just happens. I mean, he was right there on both of them. Just a little bit too hard on that board.
Michael Burnett has checked in for East Ascension. He had a key three-pointer late in the Dutchtown game that kind of sealed it. Good job, but a steal. And up and no good from Thomas. Thomas wants a foul, not going to get it. And now here comes Forbes. And he's going to shoot a three. No good. Nearly tipped in, but Crockett has it.
Forbes was trying to get that crowd going.
He's going to try again. And he misses again. And here's Walker, and they're running. And here's Thomas again. Draws contact, no whistle. Shot up again, and it's out of bounds. And it's going to go to East Ascension. There was contact, but no whistle.
Boy, I tell you what, I like the momentum going back and forth. A lot, nice speed. It's really interesting to see who's at an advantage here. You would think East Ascension, but I'm not sure that that would be true.
I think they want that up-tempo game, as Esther definitely affected that one. As Burnett,
number 3 right there. Nice job on the hustle. Esther doing a good job of getting out there to create a difficult situation for the Spartans.
Crockett drives, kicks it out, and here's a chance for Sproul again, misses. And rebound, East Ascension. Keith Thomas running down to Troy Dunn. Block and a foul. I believe they're going to call a foul, yes. And the foul's going to be on Esther. I wasn't sure they were going to call goaltending or.
No, that ball was on the rise, so. You got 2 outside officials that could easily see that.
Right.
But that was Sproul able, he finally got something good going right there. Nice little block.
Yep.
Done with making the first free throw.
Sproul's going to check out. Esther's going to check out. Green is checking
So, I mean,
back
think
in.
about this. If Sproul makes those 2 layups, we're riding here a 1-point game.
Right. Jasmine Lawson is also checked in. Shot no good. Rebound Forbes. 24-19. It's been a 2 to 5 point advantage for a while here for East Ascension.
Man-to-man for the Spartans.
And a travel as Jasmine Lawson takes an extra step. That stops the clock at 3 minutes. 24-19 is our score.
Well, this is going by quick right here, Jeff.
I know. We haven't been able to talk about much, and we haven't been able to tell you that at halftime we're going to see the Gatorettes. So that we have that to look forward to. And we'll talk about what we've seen. So join us for that. And here's Troy Dunn with a jumper. Good. About a 16-footer right there.
Oh, a nice little shot by Dunn. Elbows, shoulder square, elbow under the ball. Nice little jumper from about 17 feet.
And that's a beautiful spin move. Green with the points for Sandoval.
Kobe Green right there on the spin and the nice easy layup. And this layup goes in for the Gators.
Thomas. EA keeps threatening to pull away, but Sandoval is just hanging. Down on the baseline, jumper, long rebound. Stripped by Burnett, and he scores.
Boy, that was being in the right place at the right time for Burnett.
Drive in the lane, Green up, no good. And they're running. Here's Keith Thomas in the lane, and a whistle. And they're going to call the charge.
You got half the gym agrees, half the gym doesn't. It just so happens the half that don't are sitting right behind us.
Yeah, they're not happy about that, but they get the 7-point lead. 5-5 on the fouls.
I'm just telling you, kind of helps when that's right in front of Coach Uzzi, too.
Yeah, now I just saw the shot of Uzzi. He's gonna politic when he gets a chance. There's Green on the baseline. Now Crockett.
Yeah, Crockett's got, he's the man for this team. He needs to get it rolling right here offensively.
Green stripped by Troy Dunn. He slows it down. Now he gets in the lane, puts up the floater, no good. Whistle and a foul. I believe they're going to get over the back on number 20.
20, yes.
Well, Mack with the foul.
Mack right there.
So you see,
that's a bad problem. I know this for being a big man. Sometimes you just rely on jumping up there and getting rebounds. Got to do a little bit of hustling to get in there and get position to get that rebound situation.
And now here's Crockett, puts the jumper up at the lane, and it's no good. Rebound, Walker. Inside of a minute. And the drive and contact, and I believe you're going to get a blocking foul. I believe that's going to be against Forbes. And that's six.
Well, this is going to be 6. Next foul for each team is going to be a 1-and-1 situation, but we're under a minute. East Ascension be taking it out under the goal. And that was set up.
1-1, and Green misses. Offensive rebound. That's another one. Another offensive rebound for Forbes and points.
Forbes is, I'm going to say he is bringing not necessarily his A game, but his hustle game is an A+ tonight.
I think this first half was not as long as the Hall of Fame induction. This has just been flying by.
Well, some of these guys may be fired up to say, I want to be in that Hall of Fame one day.
So now we have number 13 has checked in.
It's going down to 10 seconds.
10 seconds. And here's Dunn. Passes at the 3, and it's off the glass, no good. And the ball's loose. 1 second, and a heave, no good. And we're going to take a break, and we're going to come to the Gatorettes in just a moment. It's 28-23, EA with the lead over Santa Maria at the half. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week on REV TV.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
New inventory arriving weekly at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales. We've got truckloads of inventory en route. Even if you don't see it on the lot, it's on the way during the end of summer sale at Ross Downing Buick GMC Hammond and Ross Downing Buick GMC of Gonzales, like the new 2021 Sierra 1500 on the way at rossdowninghammond.com, rossdowninggonzales.com.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
And it's halftime, and the Gatorettes, as promised, are heading to the court, and we'll be entertained by them in just a moment.
I went by the Gatorettes a while ago, and I said, hey, Mary, how's it going? And 15 of them looked at me.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Gatorettes.
So a great performance by the Santa Monica Gatorettes. Very athletic, very impressive performance. And so
I'm going to just tell you, you know, that was a lot of moving. And every one of those girls were really breathing pretty hard at the end of this thing. That was a heck of an effort right there. And, wow, what a performance. They always, you know, they're performing at all the football games, come into some of the basketball games, and then they go through a dance competition, usually in the Orlando area, man, somewhere in that deal.
Yep, and they always do a great job, and that was another one right there. We're going to stay here and talk about what we got coming up because we haven't had a lot of time to talk about stuff because it's so fast that first half. Let's talk about what we're going to be doing next week because we're going to be busy next week. Well, it's one night, but it's 2 games, so we got a doubleheader. It's going to be 2 separate games, but it's going to be here at the pit. So Santa Monica hosting another game of the week on REV TV. Dutchtown at Santa Monica, girls soccer and boys soccer, and those 2 teams, boys and girls, are very competitive, and it's going to be a fun matchup to see.
And we're going to, you know, usually, you know, it's either one of 2 ways for soccer in our parish. Either the teams are like really good or maybe a little bit above average or whatever. And so, you know, they're no different than any other sport. You know, that starts in the wintertime and then it moves to the springtime later on. Is sometimes you got to wait. Like in this case, you might have to wait on volleyball girls to come out. You might have some girls, soccer wiles that are playing competitive soccer before they come out.
Right.
And so, you know, it's going to be interesting to see because they're always going to be well coached and they're going to do an outstanding job, you know, as far as representing each of the schools.
And next week we have that. And then in 2 weeks we're going to have more soccer, this time girls soccer over at Spartans Stadium. Santa Monica at EA, and then we're going to be back at Spartan Gym for girls basketball, Dutchtown against EA. And we talked about on Tuesday, Dutchtown had a big win Tuesday night. They were down last year, but they are competitive, and of course EA's got a good team as well. So it should be some really fun competitive games. We'll be back to boys basketball once district play begins, but those are some good matchups.
East Ascension girls had a big victory last night against Parkview Baptist.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good
You know,
game.
it was a 35-point game. So, you know, having a very off year last year, East Ascension, like a lot of teams, you know, the virus was just something that it was hard to deal with. But it's going to be real interesting to see. I mean, I was kind of impressed in what I saw with Dutchtown the other night.
Right, they played against Denham Springs and they lost, but Denham Springs is a good program.
Yeah, I think both of those teams are on their way in the right direction.
Absolutely.
We'll see just exactly what happens with Santa Monica, East Ascension, and Dutchtown as they move on in the schedule and get into district play.
And we're just about 2 minutes away from the beginning of the third quarter. Our score is East Ascension 28, Santa Monica 23. So talking about that first half, I guess kind of the advantage that you have right now is with East Ascension is they're getting a lot of points in the paint. They've been able to get some turnovers, and Santa Monica's not been able to take advantage of some point-blank shots and some good offensive rebounds from Forbes. You saw a lot of that. But East Ascension just more physical and more quick and, I guess, taking advantage of those opportunities.
I'm telling you, missing free throws, you know, it's got to be a pet peeve for every basketball coach. Mm-hmm. But everybody starts every game usually with lines, and they're shooting layups.
Right.
And that goes probably all the way up to the NBA. And it's a very frustrating situation to where, and I think some of it is a little bit of nervousness,
right?
Maybe a little bit of intimidation or whatever. But you have these situations to where, Santa Ma has probably, if they shot 90% on layups, they would probably be ahead by 2 or 3 buckets right here. So, I always say, my basketball coach taught me in high school, this third quarter is crucial.
Right.
What is going to happen in the third quarter? I saw that in the JV game just a while ago, where East Ascension kind of took charge over Santa Ma. So it's going to be interesting to see just exactly what happens in this third quarter and see if Santa Ma continues to be able to get in there, and now they're making layups, and see if East Ascension is going up and down the floor. Nobody really in foul trouble.
Right. Really.
So here we are, non-district game. Don't forget about this, folks. This means nothing in the district, but it does mean something in the power rankings.
Absolutely. And Kurger back in the game. We hadn't seen him since halfway through the first, so he's back in. If you recall the Dutchtown EA game, the third quarter is where EA took control and got big points from Keith Thomas. So we are going to look for that as a 3. No good. Crockett. Rebound, East Ascension, and here's Thomas. Kicks it out. Dunn passes it up. Now Irvin.
East Ascension comes out in a man-to-man, and Santa Ma counters with a little zone.
Corey Mitchell with the ball. Irvin, the right side, back up top to Keith Thomas.
Now East Ascension needs to do a little bit better job of moving or shooting three-pointers and making them.
I like this Irvin. We've seen him make some threes occasionally.
Irvin finished the game last week with a dunk and a layup.
Yep. And they answer Trace Forbes' three-pointer. 31-26.
Trace, I tell you what, I like that situation where Trace looks like he's way under control. He got a little reckless in some of his shots.
Yeah.
That would have been nice if he would have made them. The crowd would have really loved it right there. He's able to set up and shoot.
Now Thomas. Mitchell. Right side, Irvin made the 3 a moment ago. Now passes it up. And here's Thomas driving into the lane. Underhand, no good. Offensive rebound up. And is it a tie ball? It is. And that's going to be East Ascension ball.
I think that was a good ball. 2 officials came out with a jump situation. And I think that's exactly what it was.
So East Ascension will maintain possession on the possession arrow. And here's Corey Mitchell.
I think the Spartans need to be moving this ball around a little bit.
Troy Dunn. Passes inside. Nah, he was not looking for that. Not at all.
I think Coach Uzzi right here, this is a smart move. I don't like what I see from East Ascension, but I like what I see from Santa Ma as far as handling the pressure right here. Got to get this ball across there.
They get it across. They can make it a one-possession game right here as Esther drives the lane, loses it. Stolen by Ja'Cory Mitchell, one-on-one, up, good. 33-26.
Coach Leah say this is a little better offense right here.
And Esther will drive the lane, and he takes a step. A little indecision, was going to try to get it over to Forbes, and then had second thoughts.
East Ascension trying to get something to go defensively, and they end up lining up in a little pressure situation. Worked real well for them.
Had a chance to make it a one-possession game, and they wind up with 2 turnovers. 5.5 in the third. East Ascension hadn't really shown much besides a 3 as well, as Dunn shoots and scores, and they take their biggest lead, a 9-point lead.
I mean, anybody that goes against the zone defense knows that you're going to have outside shots that are open, but you want to try to shoot right here. Kruger's right there, drive the bucket.
Oh, short. And an offensive rebound and putback. And Green will score, and Coach Uzzi will call a timeout with 5:02 left to go, 35-28, a football score out there. up by a touchdown. Let's talk about the district schedules for these teams, as we're a couple of weeks away from district play. And so when we look at the EA Spartans, they're going to have Catholic High on the road first game. Then they're going to have a game we're going to have on REV TV against Dutchtown on the 25th. Then they go to Woodlawn, go to McKinley, and then they wrap up with Santa Ma at home on REV TV.
And you know, the big thing, you know, they've incorporated is they're going to have a district schedule at the end of the year. And I think whoever wins that automatically goes in the playoffs, and then you got your power rankings, but you still have your split of select and non-select. So McKinley and Catholic, they will go with the select.
Contact and a push, offensive foul.
Well, usually, you know, if I'm refereeing that deal, and I think this is what the referee saw, I think that was on Dunn.
No, that was on Irving.
Irving, lower that shoulder. When you lower that shoulder and you kind of go into that chest area, I think that's a given that they're going to call that.
Esther gives it up to Green. Now Kruger. Kruger drives, kicks it out. Inside.
Beautiful pass.
And he scores. 35-30.
Good job right there. Trace Forbes, outstanding
Mitchell
pass.
Drive, shoot, score.
Outstanding job. And the referee right here says Kruger went straight up with his hands. There's no foul right there, but the layup is good.
7-point lead. 37-30. 4 minutes left to go, halfway through this third quarter.
East Ascension in man-to-man. There's Santa Ma setting some picks.
Oh, nice spin moving points. Crockett, that was beautiful.
Crockett says, I've seen this on TV. I could do this.
You look like Keith Thomas from the other night.
And look, let me just tell you, you know what happened? It just made that layup right there. There might be something that's going to happen here in the second half, starting with that layup right there.
So here's Keith Thomas. He's been kind of silent tonight. He had the big third quarter against Dutchtown. Irvin back to Thomas.
Yeah, they're going to man-to-man.
Here's Irvin. And he kicks it out to Dunn. Dunn left side, down low, up, and blocked from behind. Thomas gets his own rebound, and he's going to be called for the foul, I believe.
There's no player control foul.
That's the
I mean, I'm looking up here as just a spectator. I can see what he sees.
Yep. And you got that refereeing experience, so you can kind of pick their brains a little bit.
I can just tell you. All I got to do is get out there anywhere with a whistle and have a bunch of people hollering at me. I can start calling the game.
I know you love doing it. Here's Crockett. Pass down low to Esther. He's got the lane, but there's a fight for the ball. And we have a whistle.
Yeah, there you go.
Santa Ma.
Trace Forbes getting on that ground right there and making something happen with the jump ball. And, of course, it's going to be
Gator ball.
Gator ball. Crew going to throw it in.
Again,
tell you what, Forbes is playing a nice game tonight.
He's got a lot of hustle and he's got a lot of offensive rebounds.
I think his energy is very important to the team, and that's good leadership in that category.
East Ascension keeps threatening to pull away here, but every time it looks that way, Santa Ma makes a little bit of a comeback. As a nice pass in the lane, but Green misses. And a drive, scores, and a foul.
And I'm going to just tell you, the other night, he was one of them right there, Walker and Thomas.
Yep.
Walker and Thomas, they were the ringleaders of getting that ball and getting down the floor.
They're great slashers. They can get inside with everybody, and they got great quickness. And you saw right there. As now we're going to see Gray check in and Forbes check out. And the and one from the Darius Good 8-point lead.
East Ascension in a little press.
Gray. Berger in green. Now Esther left side shoots a three. Wide right. Off the rim. Rebound.
Here we go.
That was Butler with the rebound. And no look pass out of bounds. Tried to get it down low to Walker, but it was a smart move, but
Mitchell says, I don't know if you're going to be able to catch this pass, but I'm fixing to throw it 90 miles an hour to you.
It was a good thought, but just the execution wasn't there. So, and another NBA three. Good! Crockett's made 2 of those.
Crockett's looking at the stands, and I'm going to tell you what, he looks a lot better shooting from the top of the key extended out there than that side shot.
Keith Thomas trying to get to the lane, puts it up awkwardly and in. Nice underhand move, though. 42-35. 1:35 in the third. Berger. Esther now to Crockett, another three. And he's going to be shooting three as Darius Walker commits the foul. Had a shot at a 4-point play.
You know, this is the one thing that Sandoval, and I'm going to just say Crockett, because he looks like he is your scorer.
Right.
He just hasn't been consistent with making some shots right there and making some plays. But, boy, when he does, everybody really gets excited. He just needs to have a couple more of those happen.
So Burnett is about to check in for East Ascension. They're going to wait for another free throw before they do that. He's shooting 3, not 2. 42-36. 37. And this is what I'm talking about here. Every time East Ascension gets to a 7-8 point lead, Sandoval has an answer, but they can't get any closer to about 5. This is where they've been. They can cut it to 4 right here. This is about as close as they've been for a while, if they can, and they do.
Great job on the free throw shooting right there.
42-38. And let's see. Not sure what it is. Looks like Walker had to check out for a moment. Maybe a uniform issue.
Be a few things. Might have a little blood on the uniform.
We saw that the other night with Troy Dunn. He had to miss significant time in the third, early fourth.
I think Dunn might have gone down to the sporting goods store and bought him another uniform. It took him so long to.
I think the Dutchtown crew had to help him out to get that blood out the jersey the other night. That was a problem.
And I'm not sure.
Corey Butler had checked in.
Burnett's in there.
So now, here we go with Thomas. Now driving back to Thomas. And he tries another shot in the lane. No good. Fight for the rebound. Keith gets it back. Now Troy Dunn. Under a minute. Tries a spin move, gets it back, puts it up, no good. Butler with the rebound, loses it. Still fighting for it. He's got it. And it's a jump ball, and it's going to be EA possession. It's EA's possession.
I didn't like that little possession right there.
Right.
All one-on-one stuff, no screen set. I just believe you got to get a lot of movement, and if you can drive by and dish it off, drive by and shoot, that's a plus for you. But just one-on-one stuff.
And a steal from Esther, and here comes Sandoval. They can cut it to a 1 or 2 point game right here. That would get the crowd really excited, and a whistle and a foul. Won't be going
Easy
to the
call.
line.
You say, well, I don't really know what he did right there. Well, I'll just tell you this. No referee's going to reward you for reaching across the body right there.
Fourth foul, Gerger. And the three-pointer, good, and it's a one-point game. And we got ourselves a ball game, folks.
Crockett right there. I really like what he did. He ran all the way around that court right there, down through that baseline, a nice little pick, and got set up and took his time and made that three-pointer. Big play there for the Gators.
And they can take the lead with 13 seconds left. It was a 9-point lead a few minutes ago for East Ascension. Gerger down low, Esther 5. That's Green, 3. He's going to have to hurry. Shot from Esther, no good. I think Green lost track of the time there for a moment. Into the third, 42-41, EA. We'll take a break. You're watching the EATEL Game of the Week on REV TV.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Ascension Equipment, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital, Piku Builder Supplies, Ross Downing Chevrolet, Wash and Roll Express Car Wash, Austin Fire Systems, SKR Construction, Walk-Ons for their support of the EA Sports Medicine Program.
42-41, fourth quarter begins in just a moment as East Ascension got the lead up to 9 about halfway through the third, and Santa Maria nearly got it all the way back. It's a one-point game as we start the fourth quarter, Coach.
I'm going to ask you a question, Jeff. Yep. You saw the cheerleader for Santa Maria run out there and got a little momentum and then did a flip. You can handle that? Or could you ever handle that?
I couldn't handle that, man. I get sick to see
I'm thinking if I went to flip, it would only be a half of a flip, and that would not be pretty.
Oh, and another turnover. Thomas drives up and in.
We saw that all night long last couple of days against Dutchtown.
Oh, look at the move by Esther Eastwood.
The left hand, Coach. The left hand.
Oh, and Irvin beats everybody down court, but he can't hold it.
Irvin beats everybody down court except the 4 guys from Santa Maria.
And it's in.
A lot of action going right here.
And Darius Walker scores. It's 46-43. And another attempted steal. Now here comes Santa Maria and a strip. And I was out of
you can't be out of bounds. You got to establish yourself back in bounds before you can recover that loose ball.
And so
you can see over there that Gator student body over there. I think Coach Uzzi's trying to see maybe he could use one of those people if they get on the floor.
Esther from the free throw line, good, 46-45.
I love to see that shot from the elbow is still in basketball.
Yep. Sometimes it either looks like a point-blank shot or a three. Nothing in between. As the three comes up, and it's long. Gerger gets the rebound. East Ascension up by 1. Santa Maria trying to take the lead for the first time since the first quarter. And another turnover. 2-on-2. Dunn loses it.
The referee had to show you what happened right there.
Off his shin.
We all got that picture right there, Mr. Ref. Now it's going to be a full court press.
This is what EA is really good at, and they've forced a lot of turnovers in this fourth quarter.
And basically, if you have a guy that can dribble, he could beat this. It's just a man-to-man press. But you don't want to stop dribbling right here, like right there.
As he did that, look what happened.
You do, and you're on an island of what you're going to do now. Uh-oh.
The student section getting a little anxious there. That's some words for Darius Walker, I think. Santa Maria's team not wearing the orange against EA, but the student section sure is.
Nice bounce pass in there by Krug.
Esther up, No good. Rebound went to Irvin, and then the foul is going to be called against Esther.
I see, and I don't think it's an energy deal. Crockett and Forbes have been here the entire game.
Yeah.
Forbes needs to kind of turn it to another level here this last 6 minutes of this game.
And they gave him a breather. Coach usually had him on the bench for a little while. He's back in. He should be a little fresh. Long three. Good. Blake serving. 49-45.
Long three-pointer right there makes it.
Sandoval gets closer and closer, but EA always has the answer. Forbes loses control out of bounds, and it's going to go off of East Ascension.
Forbes lost control of that just a little bit right here, but he had the right idea, doing that little reverse dribble and getting to the goal.
And a whistle. 5 seconds. Turnover. Coach usually probably thinks I was a fast 5 seconds.
And on the other side of this, Coach Lee says outstanding defense. That's man-to-man.
EA setting up. Here's Mitchell. They're going to take their time.
4-point lead right here.
Thomas. I think that's what they were trying to do as the foul gets called against Green. I think they were trying to spread the offense out so that you could get a one-on-one situation with Keith Thomas as he tries to drive the lane. They had a free pass to the lane there, but the foul kind of interrupted that. And he's doing it again. Then he sets up the alley-oop, but not good enough.
Nice thought, but I think the NBA guys and the college guys kind of get that a little bit better than the high school guys.
So Green sets up 4-point game. Kruger stops in the lane, gets it out. Esther passes it up, out to Kruger. Down low, Forbes, and he puts it low, but it gets back out to Esther, and it's no good. Rebound Thomas. 1-on-5 right here, and he thinks better of it.
Thomas doing a good job of turning it out and setting it up. Gators man-to-man. 4:15 left.
So that's Mitchell. Done. Kruger does a good job keeping him out the lane. Shoots anyway. No good. Rebound off the foot. And it's saved by Keith Thomas. And it's a whistle. And Darnell Lee's going to call a timeout. I think he doesn't like what he sees with the rhythm on offense, so he'll call a timeout and he'll get that set up. We'll keep it here. And what we'll do is talk about Sanama, as we already looked at EA's district schedule. Let's look at Sanama's district schedule, and they're going to have a couple of those games on REV TV as well. They start out on the road against McKinley, then they get Woodlawn.
And I'm not sure on Woodlawn just yet. The record doesn't look real good, but I'm just wondering if the quarterback's out for basketball. Boy, he was very good last year, and is the receivers out?
I don't know.
So, I mean, I don't know if they've taken some visits. Maybe they're not in basketball right now, but they sure were a big part of the basketball team last year.
Yeah, and then so they continue with Catholic High on the road. Then they get the games that we're going to cover on REV TV. Dutchtown here at the Gold Dome, and then they're going to go to East Ascension. And that's going to be another fun one that we'll have here as one of our games of the week.
And that'll be district games.
Right. So all three teams are going to play each other in non-district play and in district play. Plus, East Ascension's played both teams in the Spartan Classic. And Sanama and EA plays in the Spartan Classic. So these teams are going to be really familiar with each other as Thomas lays it up at the end.
Wow. Thomas. Jeff, that was a heck of a shot.
Yep. Oh, he passed up the three, takes it again up.
No.
And Gray looked like he was trying to put it back and flush it, but it goes over the back
I
of the
thought it
glass.
had to touch something connected to the backboard, but maybe not.
So it's 51-45. This is a crucial possession with 3.5 minutes, because if they are successful, it could be a 3-possession game. So Santa Monica needs to stop right here. As Dunn gets it inside to Mitchell, he'll get it down low to Irvin. Loses control, gets it to Dunn. They'll set up again.
They got the right idea. Breaking towards the goal, coming back out.
Mitchell thought about stopping at the three-point line. Now kicks it out.
You got Forbes on that guard out there. That's a tough situation. Forbes, it's 6'5", on about a 5'10" guard.
Oh, and that's a nice move to get past him. And a drive in the lane, no good. Rebound stolen. And now drives. Irvin, no good. And another rebound. That's 2 defensive rebounds for Forbes.
Boy, nice job there by Trace Forbes.
And Kruger passes up to 3. Oh, puts it up. No good. Rebound, Keith Thomas. Neither team getting a bucket in the last couple of minutes here. And it is still a crucial possession for East Ascension.
Well, they got a little trapping going on.
Whistle.
Coach Lee does a good job calling timeout right there. Nice move by Coach Uzzi. With one call, you don't have to call a timeout for that. Make a call, and you go with that trap in the corners.
And he looked a little frustrated when he called it. Did a little quick clap there, like, come on, guys.
It's hard to say. You just never know. You want that ball in the hands of your ball handler, and then just because he gets trapped right here, that means somebody has got to be open. So you can't be standing around. There's got to be movement by everybody.
And Coach Lee knows the importance of this possession, because if they can get it to 53-45, an 8-point game, with 2 minutes left and a 3-possession lead, East Ascension's sitting pretty right now if they can make that. And so now we're going to start to see the fouls as not a bonus situation. Foul called against Gray. Now 14 fouls. And there's number 5. So they're going to keep fouling and try to get them to the line, I believe.
I like the thought right here. It's a 6-point game. And, of course, the way it works, usually, if East Ascension makes free throws, they probably win the game.
Right.
So that's the idea, what you're looking at right here.
I think they're gambling that a missed free throw is more likely than a turnover.
Well, a missed free throw, and it's a 1-and-1 situation, it is a turnover.
Right. So this next foul will be the bonus.
Smart move there by Coach Uzzi.
And Darius Walker puts it up and in, and they get the 3-possession lead, 148.
Darius Walker turned into about a 7-footer right there.
And that's a nice move in the lane by Gray.
Gray, outstanding job of getting there and working that left hand.
And so it's 53-46. And so it's a 7-point lead. It should be 53-47.
So what you going to do here, Jeff? You have the 1-and-1 situation. Do you automatically just come out and let's just say you have somebody and maybe you even put somebody in to foul, and then like that's your foul person?
I think that's what's going to happen here. As they've got some options here as you have Forbes on the bench, so I think Gray is probably the designated fouler, and then they bring Forbes back in on offense and to get the rebounds. But
maybe they're going to see if they can get a steal here.
I think there's a mistake on the scoreboard here at the Gold Dome, because I said it was 53-46. It should be 53-47. And Green will commit the foul.
I think somebody down there heard you. Good job there.
So now it is corrected. It was there's the substitution. Forbes comes in for the rebounds. And
so Forbes is going to be your guy. You know, we're going to play defense with guards, and we're going to put Forbes in for offense.
And he makes it. So that's a 3-possession game again. 7-point lead, 54-40.
Of course, East Ascension, they counters with no one under the goal.
And I got to think that if you're Coach Lee, you've instructed your team not to foul at all.
Well,
let them score. Don't want a 3-point play or a 4-point play. Forbes. And we have a whistle. And we have a timeout that's going to be called. So 55-47. And let's look at the schedule that's coming up again. We haven't talked about it much except at halftime. So next week we got the Dutchtown Santa Maria soccer doubleheader at the Pit.
2 games, one night. And my main question, all the soccer coaches, what do you think of the turf?
I love it.
You know, and if you've been at the Pit in years past, when they drop the ball in the middle to start the game, sometimes it starts rolling all the way to the sideline. It's a big advantage you have at Santa Maria.
Yep.
Now with the turf, I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm going to just tell you, if you kick one down there, you better have some fast people to chase that ball down. Yep. I know that for certain.
I saw a Dutchtown game on the turf, a girls' soccer game, and it was very fast, and the turf was very nice. As they go down low, whistle, and I believe they're calling a foul.
Foul on 10.
Yeah, and they're saying it was not it was before any attempt at a shot, so it'll be on the floor. Esther, and a miscommunication. Tried to get it down to Gray, but Gray went one way, the ball went the other.
That's a tough situation right there.
1 minute left. And East Ascension, if they can make these free throws, make it a 10-point game.
Where was the foul at?
I believe it was away from the ball. I think the foul was committed against the person who threw the pass in the Darius Walker. If they can make this a 10-point game in 1 minute, as I said.
Yeah, I see Coach Uzi talking to the official because I was under the assumption that might have been a 3-point possible play just a while ago underneath the goal.
Yep.
And I guess the official got the foul before.
Yeah. And he was adamant about it. He was very authoritative with his decision. Inside of a minute. Good, and they're coming back as Crockett makes the 3. So now it's 55-50, a 2-possession game with 52 points.
We see just exactly how many timeouts the Santa Maria have. I guess that's with 1 left.
I believe so.
How about none?
Okay.
Andre can make those things disappear that quick?
Yep. So Coach Uzi's strategy worked out right there, committing the fouls, got Nadarius Walker to the line, missed the front end of the 1-and-1, comes back with a 3, and now it's a 5-point game.
Basically, you got Trace Forbes, Latavian Crockett. Those are guys that you anticipate are going to bring my team back.
Right.
And then you have no earthly idea who's going to be an outsider in there.
Now, Jaleel Esther, though, he can make a 3 occasionally.
Yeah. Well, you know, for East Ascension, Coach Lee, he's over here checking to see how many timeouts do I have and how many timeouts do they have. And I'm going to tell you, when he hears Santa Maria has 0, he knows their timeouts will be spent doing this, shooting free throws.
Yep. So let's see, as the offense, we got Gray and Green and Esther. Then you got Crockett and Forbes. You got Dunn, Walker, Thomas, and Irvin and Ja'Cory Mitchell. Mitchell gets it, quick foul from Green. That's foul number 9, so it's one more, 1-1.
And look, let me just tell you, I promise you one thing. What Coach Uzi's doing can definitely work.
Yep.
You know, if I'm Coach Lee, I'm saying I have nothing but confidence in my team on the free throw line.
Mitchell shoots, and it's good. And so it's a 6-point lead. One more free throw, and it's a 3-possession game again. Crucial three-pointer. Crucial free throw. Good. 58-50. Crockett. The pick set by Esther. Drives up. And misses, gets his own rebound, and a follow-up and points and a foul.
And the referee says, we're going to shoot one, that bucket's going to be good.
They can cut it to 4.
37 seconds. It's a lifetime in the NBA game, in the college game. You know, they don't stop the clock after a bucket in high school, so
Kruger checks in for Green. Forbes will shoot. Good.
Nice rotation there.
It's a
Trace.
It's a 2-shot foul situation right now, and Troy Dunn will have the honors. And they're going to call that on Esther. 34.9. And with the made free throw, you're in a situation where you got to make both of these to get it back up to 6. Makes the first. I don't believe Sandoval was aware that was a double bonus situation. Makes it 6-point game. 2 possession now. And he's trying to get it across. Crockett cannot. Now he gets it back. They're going to have to hurry. And a steal. Darius Walker one-on-one, and he's kind of knocked in the chin there by Crockett trying to go for the block. I don't think that was malicious.
No. Just, East Ascension knows that, right here we're in this ball game, and we're going to take, the first game of this
And actually, this is the second time they're going to win here. They won in the Spartan Classic as well.
And then on top of that, you're going to play in that tournament probably also.
And I think that's the seal right there. 60-53. Looks like East Ascension's going to get the sweep of Ascension Parish this week.
Well, I tell you what, East Ascension, Coach Lee's got to be excited about the free throws and the free throws made.
And it's a 6-point game. And they're just going to let it go. And here's what's impressive for East Ascension. They get the Ascension Parish sweep this week, both games on the road. So they won at Griffin Gym, and they won in the Gold Dome. And our final score is East Ascension 61, Sandoval 55. And Sandoval had some chances to come back, but just couldn't take advantage of them. And they made the free throws at the end and kept the Gators at bay, Coach.
And I'm going to tell you what, winning 2 big games in a matter of a couple of days, outstanding job by Coach Lee, his coaching staff.
So he goes
and
5-1.
The EA players.
5-1.
And he's beaten some good teams. So I know Coach Uzi's got to be saying, this is not over with us. And sure you want to beat East Ascension. There's no doubt about that. But to me, the main goal is get in the playoffs, because you're playing people. If you can hang in there with Catholic, possibly beat them. Hang in there with East Ascension, possibly beat them. It's going to be the same thing with Dutchtown. I think you're going to be well schooled up to get into the playoffs.
I think you're probably going to see both these teams in the playoffs. Just depends on their seeding and where they're going to play and all that type of stuff. But it's good basketball in Ascension Parish this year.
Well, they had a nice crowd right here. Coach Oliver doing an outstanding job with the Hall of Fame for the years 2020 and 2021. And congratulations to all those people. And we will see you from the soccer field next. Is that right?
That's right. So to wrap it up, East Ascension wins 61-55. EA 9-4 on the year. Santa Ma falls to 12-9 on the year. And that'll wrap it up. We'll see you at the pit for soccer doubleheader next week. Dutchtown at Santa Ma. That's going to wrap it up. For Coach Swack, I'm Jeff Porsche. You've been watching the EATEL Game of the Week on REV TV.